Hello! There we go, look. We're doing another Skywatch, and typically the clouds just roll in, but we are meant to get clear skies, so we'll just have to tolerate these for a little bit. Oh, right, and just sat down. How is everyone doing tonight as well? Let's get ourselves rolling everywhere else. Excuse me. Yeah, so we're doing a Skywatch tonight. We're looking for UFOs, UAP, anything strange in the night sky here. And we're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country. So just down the road from Stonehenge. Glastonbury isn't too far in the other direction. So, yeah, let us know what you spot. We are fighting the clouds, but I'm sure that they will pass pretty soon there. So, yeah. There is some nice skies behind those clouds, so I'm sure they'll roll in pretty soon. So we're looking for the strange and anomalous that are in the night sky tonight. But yeah, it's meant to be clearer very soon. So we're just waiting for those last wisps of cloud to pass there. But Paul's in. How are we doing? And Grandad too. It's good to see you in there. Thank you for the hearts, guys, the shares, the tapping away, helping us reach more and more like-minded people there, getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together there. And how is everyone doing? Rio's in. A up's in. How are we? And thank you for the buttons. A up. They're so cool. Little Alan badges. I have to get them on my shelf behind me in a second. How is everyone doing tonight? So we are fighting the clouds for now, but it is due to clear up. But we can still see anything that is in sort of the atmosphere there, which is where the UFOs, the UAP, will be hiding tonight. So keep an eye out in amongst those clouds and those beautiful stars behind there for the strange and anomalous there. Appreciate all the tapping away, guys. It's a Friday night. It's thrown me off being back to work for one day, then it's the weekend again. Just got myself geared up. And I've only just finished. Hence why we're on slightly later there. But would you believe it? Absolutely clear skies. And then once again, get that camera out, they roll in. Very frustrating there. But yeah, we are due to have even clearer skies. No clouds at all in a not too long. So we'll just ride them out tonight. How is everybody's week been? Is everybody back at work? Or are you still riding the tail end of your festive holiday period there? Why didn't I book up? I considered the same. I considered that. Why didn't I book it off? But you know what? I think in a way it's probably good to kind of do today, not having to talk to anybody else because nobody else is really working. I could just get through the crappy 150 odd emails sitting in my inbox there tonight. Oh, it's frustrating. Now, if I spin the camera around, it's going to get brighter because the moon is up there. And I didn't want to do a moon hunt tonight. Is the camera going to be facing the right way? You're just going to see my garden. Yeah, it's not. Can I go up a bit? Can we go up? No, that's down. Hold on. Can we go up? See a little bit more of the sky. See, that's where the moon is up there. Okay, so it's not having it that way. Thank you for the hearts there, guys. And A up as well. Thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom. Thanks, guys.
Right, let's go down a bit again. And let's bring the camera around. See if we can point it there. So get to the beginning of that cloud because it is due to clear. Come on. Here we go. We'll get it there. Okay, so we're now doing a cloud watch. Knew it. Damn those forecasts. But it should be clear. You can see one star poking through there tonight. Oh, 100% A-up. I can't. If I've got a full inbox, it's like having 1,000 tabs. Oh, look, we can kind of see the grid. What is that playing at? It should be far more visible than that, but it's playing games. Let's move it up anyway to where it should be, hiding properly there. Been snowing here in Aberdeen for the last couple of days. Now, that is very festive. It's always just after the Christmas period, the snow and stuff starts to happen, doesn't it? We're due, I think, Tuesday down here, whether that holds. Which is what was the day that we was going to be going out on location, so we won't be doing that if it's actually snowing. Ugh. Fighting the weather. Not the best stream to be doing here from the UK. Literally, it was clear on the horizon when we set the camera up there. So these are clouds, but they are moving fast, and we are due to have a nice break in those clouds sort of at any point. So we're going to hang out until then. And if you've got any stories of the strange and anomalous, the encounters that you may have experienced there, we'd love to hear about those whilst we're waiting for those clouds to pass for us there. Saw Kate pop up. How are we doing, Kate? How are the ferals? Good to see you in. Evening in cloudy Wiltshire. It is very cloudy here. Ted, it wasn't until we put the camera up. Jinxes it every time. We need that cloud buster. Alan, can you go up in your spaceship and sort that out for us? It's always the damn way. It's a lengthy delay on the old tubes. Yeah, I don't know why. It's more stable there, but yeah, there always is a delay for the other ones. So we'll tolerate it over, you know, not everybody getting banned all of the damn time there. I'm saying nothing. No jinxing will be occurring for you tonight. You say this now, Kate. Oh, those damn clouds. Those damn clouds. Thank you for the shares. Do appreciate that. Although people are going to come in and go, what are we watching tonight? It's a Heaven Cam. I'm going to see all that one tonight. But yeah, they should be passing for us now. There is apps. I bet you it'll start raining as well. That'll be just my luck tonight. Where's the old weather? I checked the weather radars. It says there is not a cloud over us, which is obviously all lies. Where's the other one that God? Let's try this one here. See if that one is predicting anything correctly. Nope. All of the weather apps say it is clear. Very frustrating there. It is cloudy cam. And Sausage, how you doing there? Is that your professional radio voice, or is it real? It's not intentional. It's not intentional, but I think I've just worked around those sorts of people long enough. It just comes out unconsciously. It's kind of a bit of both. I hate to admit how Alan Partridge I am in real life. That is always a downside. He is the man, though. So, yes, you're joining us for Cloud Cam tonight. Let's see if we can spin this round a little bit more. See if we can see some other clouds. Thank you. I mean, I've had some hilarious... what was the best one I had? Somebody said, is this the Black Belt Barrister? I was like, for God's sake. I mean, I'll take Alan Partridge any day. Looks like the clouds will clear. Well, yeah, they are meant to clear. So we're the early birds. They're going to clear, and there's going to be a full-on alien mothership just waiting behind those clouds, isn't it? There, DJ Sam and Alan Saturday Night UFO Live. I couldn't be on broadcast. Too many ums and ers. Lose my train of thought too quick. Lots of dead air there. But if you are joining us tonight, wondering what the hell we're doing, we're looking at some clouds at the minute, but that is the nature of a live camera. Sometimes the weather doesn't want to play ball, but they are due to clear, and behind them is a fantastic night sky. We saw it before we put the camera out there, and once that clears, we are going to be looking for UFO, UAP, all the weird, wonderful things that happen in and around our Earth there. Hopefully we're going to see some strange things there. We're just waiting for those straggler clouds to pass for us there. Always the way. Mysterious cloud just appears directly over the camera. It's almost as if they don't want to be seen. But yeah, that will pass, and it's lovely and bright tonight because the moon is out, and it is very, very bright, but I did not want to mess around trying to keep the moon in alignment tonight. I thought I'd have a night off. But hey, that backfired, didn't it there? Hello, Nemo. How are you doing? Is it Nemo or is it Nemo? I didn't realise that the other night somebody mentioned it. I'm like, oh, it's Nemo, isn't it? I'm pronouncing it wrong. Add that to my list of incorrect name pronunciations there for you guys. It was when I was doing the stream without my glasses, but also without contacts because of the time of night. And we'd getting to know you guys for about 3 months solid. And then I thought I'll leave my contacts in a bit later one night. I looked at the screen and went, I've got everybody's damn names wrong there. Marcus, hello. Thank you for the heart there. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream. I think we're going to have to get some sort of cloud busting technology there. You didn't take a pic. You're tucking the children in. Thank God. There. Good evening, Marcus. Good to see you. How is you? How the family? And good. Point Nemo. Oh, the clownfish. So it is Nemo, and I was getting it wrong. Why was I saying Nemo there? My brain. You got no other camera pointing anywhere with no clouds. Sadly, the camera's on a tripod, so we can move the camera around, but it's all damn clouds. It is all damn clouds. Honestly, we set it up all night, clear skies. Set the camera up, there's a wisp of cloud, but it's moving that way. It'll be gone in a second. Surprise cloud appeared behind it, but it is due to clear. So we'll just have to be patient for it then. It's a little bit frustrating because the lens is so good at letting in a lot of light. We can see just the white of the cloud, whereas if it was darker it wouldn't look as bad, just like, you know, it's a night sky there as well. And also if it was a bit further zoomed back you could see some environmental things, like you'd see the odd tree, and it kind of give you a bit of perspective rather than the damn whole white screen. But it is due to get clear very, very shortly there. Did you get filtered? You must have. I saw the picture one, but I didn't see one before that. Sadly there. Marcus?
Thank you for the alien pet,
Thank you for
Skies.
feeding Alan a banana. How are you doing tonight, sir? Are you all back to work? I was back to work today. There's a lot of damn emails there. And trees are cool. I mean, anything other than just the white heavens clouds there. And it is so clear here tonight. Beautifully clear, very cold. Banana, rubbing it in there. I'm so jealous. And Great Britain, how are you doing tonight over there on the tubes? Good to see you. Whereabouts are you joining us from? So this is a live sky camera, hence why we're looking at clouds at the second, because surprise, some clouds came in. But they are due to pass very, very soon there. But yes, a live sky camera. We're based in Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle Country and just down the road from, I was going to say Southend, that's where we moved from. No, just down the road from Stonehenge. And Glastonbury isn't too far in the other direction. So these are the skies to be watching for the strange and anomalous. A long history of the mysterious in these parts. There. You got a platform hop. We'll see you on the other side there, Kate. And if you guys want to do that too, if you want to see the clouds in a horizontal view at the Thing UFO, you'll be able to see it there. You see full screen. See all the beautiful clouds in all of their beautiful fluffy glory there tonight. And back to work, sadly. Sadly, I know, right? Hardly did anything, though. A Friday and a first day back. No, I only just finished just before the stream there, for productivity at least, yeah. I mean, I needed it to get through all of those damn emails. I think the clouds are frozen. There's slight movement. I've got 4 different weather apps now. Each one of them says no clouds. So hopefully there's just a delay. And, because they are due to clear. Let's keep an eye and see if they're going to update. Where's the one with the good radar? Was it Marcus? You suggested this one to us. Or was it Carl? Yeah, even this one's not showing any cloud coverage here. Very frustrating. It does look like it's thinning out a little bit there. It's not as dense. So in the meantime, whilst we're waiting for these stunning clouds to pass, has anybody had an experience you haven't shared yet with the phenomena? Love to hear about that one there. And net weather, yeah, that's the one. I'm on there, but it's saying no clouds. Who do we ring up to complain? My radar shows some clouds, but wispy. Mine isn't. What one are you using there, A-Up? Because I have got, so I've got the net weather one open. I've got Zoom Earth. I've got the Met Office. And there's another one. What's it called? Oh. Skyview, there we go. No, not Skyview. Where is it? Disappeared now. Oh, Exastria, whatever it says. It's an astronomy one. There. None of them are correct. But look, there's a thinner bit in the middle there, so let's hope we're getting to the other side of these damn clouds. Damn clouds there. Nemo as well, thank you for the likes. Do appreciate that. We love clouds here. Cloudwatch. We're going to rename the channel. Met, so the Met is the one I'm using. Where was it? Yeah, got some wisps, but nothing really actually over the town. Over the pinpoint is clear. Maybe it's a bit delayed, so it's that one that's showing over Bath at the minute. But if we... It is due to be lovely and clear. So we're just going to wait it out. We're going to wait it out there. Oh, filter for satellite view. Hold on, let's have a look, see if that one... how do I even do that? Oh, satellite on. There we go. Right, hello. Oh yeah, it says, okay, there's a slight bit here, but it's not much. And it says it should have passed. That's very, very weird. Oh well, I'm sure it will pass soon enough. Until then, Let's regale ourselves with the latest. What is the latest in the UFO world there tonight? As we wait for these clouds to pass there. Watching my cat trying to catch the snowflakes. Oh, that's lovely there. They're moving now. It's the willpower, Sausage. It's the willpower. Collectively, we're going to try and do that one in. Ghosts of York. Hello. York is my favourite city. Absolutely amazing place. So I don't need to ask you where you're from there. What's your best paranormal experience there in the city of York? I don't think I've had a spooky experience there, but it is a fantastic place. Everyone's so lovely there. The Cloudbuster is in the shopping basket, 100%. We need Summit. We need Summit there. Manifest it, exactly. Let's try it there. How you doing, Carl? Good to see you. I think there's a slight delay for the tube, sadly, guys. But yeah, good to see all of you guys in there. So, yeah, the clouds should pass and we should get back to the beautiful sky, the night sky there for our UFO UAP Skywatch. We do something like this every night. If we think it's a clear sky, we're trying to do our UFO UAP Skywatch there. If it's cloudy and we know it's going to be cloudy, we do a live alien radio signal hunt. We've got a very large radio antenna there and we scour the skies hoping to hear ET say hello, or if the moon is up full, that's what it looks like. We do a moon watch there, looking for things like translunar phenomena, all the weird things that people see and astronomers see going on off and around the moon there they cannot explain. So do make sure you're following. Hopefully then you can join us. You get those notifications when we go live. You can join us for a successful one. But yeah, these clouds are due to pass. How are you doing, Mandy? Good to see you. Whereabouts are you joining from tonight? And the Aurora app, you can use see the radar too, which is quite good. It's showing all chunky clouds over here. Well, that one seems to be the correct one there. How long do you reckon until they're moved? Is it a big sheet of clouds or is it a little sheet of clouds? Is there some break in there? Oh, Worcestershire, love it. I don't think we've had anybody in from Worcestershire before. There we go. You're ticking them up, so you're getting the first. Yeah, I wonder how long until these clouds pass. It shouldn't be too long. It's meant to be clear. See if we can spin the camera a little bit more. No, it's the little tracking head isn't. It's probably frozen over in the weather. There. A 7-foot humanoid, a translucent figure one night. Seen some strange things over the years. Wow, now that is phenomenal. I would love to. I'd say I'll probably be quite scared of doing that one. We did a little bit of a ghost hunt once at the Golden Fleece, which is meant to be, you know, quite haunted, that pub there in York. But I used to rent a studio in the building next door. I think it's the second floor of the building next door to the Golden Fleece there. So I was often in there alone at some wee hours, and it just had an eerie sort of feeling to it there. I didn't see anything, nothing clear there, but definitely got the sensation there, and I did not like the Golden Fleece. I decided not to stay there that night. It really spooked me there. Mandy, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
And the likes do appreciate those guys. Those likes and those shares say they help us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves. More eyes and minds on the phenomena, and we can all piece this puzzle together there. Oh, the clouds do look like they're thinning. There's a little bit of that dark sky behind them coming in there from the top or from the left of the screen, depending on where you're watching. Yeah, so we didn't actually see anything directly, but the atmosphere in the Fleece was just like, oh, yeah, I did not want to. We actually booked the room to stay in and to do a little bit of a ghost hunt in, and did the ghost hunt. I'm like, I ain't staying here. Even though we didn't see anything, I was just, it sent me. Yeah, don't know if it was just, you know, winding myself up though. You never know. Sausage defo seen a giant UFO in 2015. It was December the 5th, and watched for 5 minutes. Tried recording it with a Samsung Flip there. So did you, when you recorded it, did like did it just disappear or not save? Because that I've heard quite a few times that people they've known they've recorded it and they've literally passed their phone to a friend to go, look, watch the video, and it's gone like that. And a giant one as well. So did it have shape to it? I've seen a lot of like weird lights in the skies and things like that, but I haven't seen like a discernible craft shape there. Not seeing like the classic saucer outline there or the triangular ones like that so much there. So did it have a shape to it, the giant one there? Appreciate you sharing that one. Man is coming in with the likes there and extra gifts, thank you, appreciate that. So it all goes back into the stream, helping us improve what we're doing here. And those in the north have a good chance of seeing the aurora tonight. Now, lucky I've not yet seen it with my own eyes there. And great place, the Golden Fleece. It was very spooky. Carl, you've been there. Did you get a feeling when you were there? Or did you witness something there? I did repeat your comment on the I've seen it there now. Okay, I'll quickly pop over to there, and I said I saw a light in the sky that moved like a drone, but was just star-coloured. But I didn't take a pic because it was mid-feral's bedtime routine. So it's so hard now, isn't it, with the drones to filter them out there? But you say the lights normally do give the drones away because, I mean, in theory, people can turn the lights off there, especially the hobby model drones, the people that build themselves, they could turn that off there. But the most common ones are the off-the-shelf ones there, so they're going to have those navigation lights, those strobes, aren't they, to give you a clue. And there's been a few times, oh, that's a light in the sky. But if you look, you see the strobing, but you didn't see those patterns there as well. But it moved like a drone. Somebody sent us one a while ago, sent us a clip, and it was really, really good. And at first I thought it's above somebody's house at night, and I thought, yeah, that's a drone. There's no strobing, no flashing, and then it just dropped, and it wasn't that mechanical, precise like a normal drone. There was like it pulled the rug out from under it and it went, huh, like down. It was there you go, that's noise in your ears there. Yeah, it was a weird one, but you can tell, can't you, with your gut, your intuition there, when things aren't going to plan. Oh, the cloud does look to be thinning a little bit there. At least it's got some texture to it there. Camera no good, but I saw it fly off. It's like the size of a quarter of a mile. That is phenomenal. A phenomenal size there, and with its speed as well. I assume it was just like, you know, that ridiculous speed. They kind of go 0 to something there, or did that match something more? Was it more trundling away at its own speed there? And Carswell, something strange in there. There's a few different ghosts, isn't there, around the fleece that was reported there. I think there's a serviceman there from the war. He's the one that I always remember them telling about, but there are others there. It's Stranger Things, that's what it is. A Stranger Thing, I tell you what it isn't. It isn't the beautiful night sky which all the weather apps promised me there. And it's snowing in Scotland, I hear, and it's going to work its way down here over the next couple of days. I haven't seen snow in the country. It's going to be a novel one. Probably all of the roads will be disconnected and we'll starve there. And if you're new here, please join the Discord. Good point. Lots and lots on there, including the free iNews. So yeah, we do have a really cool little Discord community there with loads of new information. I think almost single-handedly by AUP bringing us all of the news. So you're never going to be behind on anything. And again, there's a great section on 3i Atlas if you're curious about that. And AUP as well, there's a new app actually I need to let you guys know about, because when I read it, I thought this is a bit of you, AUP. But you're probably already on there, but let me tell you that. Oh, and Agent X, speaking of the apps there, they've fixed that bug that we didn't get your confirmation code. So you can try again, it should work this time, it does for me now. And that happened to my friend who recorded the unusual object on their phone back in 2022 there. There was a brilliant story that I heard from somebody, and literally it was in the US, as a lot of the good ones are. They saw this phenomenal sighting there, and there's lots of strange movements there, and it seemed to be kind of interactive with them. They recorded it, they had it in their hand, they saw the saved file, and oh, I was having a sulk there. It saw the saved file, and literally their friend kind of came out of the house and went, "What are you looking at?" And he went, "Oh, this," and handed his phone, and it was gone. Again, is that to do with this connection people talk about with the phenomena? You know, can it interact? It's aware that you're there, it's aware that you're watching, or is it like a byproduct of the technology itself? I know, some sort of weird radiation that screws with your phone or something like that. Banana as well, thank you for the heart, sir. And everybody say thank you to Marcus when you claim the old treasure box there as well. As a child pickpocket in there as well. That was it. Yes, yeah. I remember now. Yeah, because they talk about, didn't it, that they like a mob got him or something like that. There was an execution because he's executed on the grass just out front there, because there's a church out the front of the Golden Fleece. God, I miss that. I miss that city. Honestly, out of every city I've worked from in the UK, York is just, everybody's so friendly, they're so open to things, they're so collaborative there. It's a beautiful place, there's everything you need, just the right sort of busyness there. Like, a bit too busy at Christmas there, but so much going on. Absolutely fantastic place there. And the screen on the phone was all jumbled up, so that's going to be an indication right there. That is evidence So figuring out what that error is there that's caused that, and how that can happen. What sort of, is it a corruption of the file that's displaying the wrong, color on the pixels that's giving you a screen there, or was it something different? That's going to be evidence. A smarter man than me is required. Oh guys, look, we've got some stars just about poking through. The clouds are thinning. Look, there and there. There we go. We're getting something there. It's steeped in history, ghosts. It 100% is there. It's just every inch of it is dripping with history. It's such a beautiful, beautiful place there. To get the people as well. And I'm not a people person. I like to keep myself to myself. But it almost brought me out of my shell. There's some fantastic communities there. What's the old ghost scene like in Yorkshire? Because that's something I didn't tackle there. But is there a little bit of local interest there? And Carl?
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
Thank you for feeding Alan there. And had quite a few feelings in there. Totally, Carl, because that was the thing. I didn't have any direct, obvious experiences, right? But there was one room. So, it was a one-room bedroom, the weird hide there. And, I mean, it looked like a stereotypical castle sort of bedroom. It had a four-poster bed, dark reds, and all this sort of carpets and hangings. It was very atmospheric and on brand for a sort of an older place. But there was like the little attached ensuite was just, it's kind of like a weird door into it, and I just did not want to go in there. Like, I have no idea why. The light was on, but like all of that emotion of just hell no was just telling me not there, to the point where I didn't even stay in that room in the end there. You see a star? You got it there. It's going to go again. No, it's thinning out now. It's thinning out, guys. York is very haunted. There are some fantastic stories, but I mean, I've wandered around those streets quite late frequently, and I never had an experience that I never felt anything other than safe. I mean, other than like, in that one room there, that whole city was absolutely amazing for it there. And the same as Derby near me, one of the most haunted cities. You know what? I haven't done Derby. I haven't done it. So I have to put that one on the list. And there's always ghost tours and lots of vigils by the paranormal groups. So that was the thing, the paranormal groups. I didn't really get a chance to kind of get involved with them. I did a couple of the tours. I do like the odd little ghosty tour. Sometimes they're quite good. And plus you get to see a little bit of the city and stuff are there. And let me guess, you love E.T. the movie. Robin, you would never guess, right? I hadn't seen E.T. until last Friday, or the 26th. It was Boxing Day. So we do a movie club with our little Discord community. So we pick an alien-themed movie once a month. Speaking of which, guys, over on the Discord, the vote is still up there. 3 films to choose from. Going to be the last Friday of this month. We're all going to sit down for that next one. The vote is still open. But yeah, it was E.T., and that was the first time I had actually seen E.T. So... and where are we? Let me scroll through here. Markers as well coming in with the likes. Do appreciate those likes, guys, those likes and those shares. Especially look, we can actually see some sky. It's coming, guys. We all held out. Well done, team. You had faith. I was losing it there towards the end. But appreciate those likes and those shares, guys, so it helps us reach more and more like-minded people there, and the more open-minded, intelligent people we can get looking at the phenomena, sharing our experiences, the more we can all piece this puzzle together there. And Rio, no idea if Aberdeen is haunted. I'd be surprised if it's not to a certain degree, because it is a very old city as well, isn't it? There, Sheffield. So the craft was Sheffield way. Was that like in the city centre there, or was you like out on the fringes? Because you'd wondered, like, did anybody else see something like that? And it's not always the case. You think, don't you, a big sighting in a populated area, there'll be thousands. But actually, there are some cases where lots of people do see things, but not what you would think there as well. Have you seen Close Encounters? I have, a long time ago, and it's on our list for the movie club to re-watch it, because I think it'll be a fantastic one to watch as a group. But we're all tight, and it's not on the free for the streaming one. So when it goes free on the streaming, we'll be watching it again as a group there. How do you feel about it there, Robin? Are you open to the concept of aliens being out there and potentially visiting us here, or are we all alone in the universe? Maybe it's somewhere in between there. Was it Lady Peckett's bedroom? You know what? I don't know. And so it wasn't the one at the front. It was the first floor. Let's go straight up the stairs immediately. That was the bedroom, or the suite was there. But the one, I think, it's like the top floor at the front of the building. That's the one that's meant to have the airman or the soldier there from the war. It might have been. I'll have to ask Leanne. She booked it. She might remember the name there. And I've been to Mary King's Close in Edinburgh. Very spooky. I haven't done that one. I've only been to Edinburgh once. It is on my list to do again at some point there. And appreciate the like there, Sausage Man, as well. Carl, if Alan hasn't thanked you.
Nom nom nom, thanks,
Thank you for feeding him. It's a bit cruel that he eats the alien pets. Who am I to judge alien culture? Look, we're getting a few wisps of stars there. But it is all due to clear. So keep an eye out now, guys. That is clear enough for us to see those strange observables in our atmosphere here. I mean, the clouds aren't as pretty as the night sky, but it is clear enough now for us to see those strange things. Keep an eye out. We can zoom in on the good stuff there. In fact, we had one of our best sightings the other week, didn't we? We saw that big bright orange thing move across the screen. That was pretty cool there. It was very close to the city centre, but to the northeast there. So yeah, I mean, what with light pollution and things like that, that's a pretty good sighting. You did say when it was, but I've totally blanked. When was it again? Evening as well, Paul. Good to see you. How are you doing there? And worth checking on the National UFO Reporting Centre to see if it was reported. Lots in Yorkshire. That is a good point there. And I always forget that part of the equation there. I get so excited in the potential of seeing and experience something there. I always forget the rest of that. All good here. All good here. First day back to work, properly anyway. And lots of emails. Only just got on in time for the stream there. Well, like the X-Files, the truth is out there. I mean, totally Robin there. Where are we? And I step away for 5 minutes and the clouds start breaking up there. Exactly, Kate. You're our bad luck charm. I'm joking. You're our good luck charm, Kate, really. But yeah, they are thinning out now, which means they will be gone soon, and we shall be observing some more stunning things in the night sky here. So we're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which, if you know, is right in the heart of Crop Circle country. We are just down the road from Stonehenge, and Glastonbury isn't too far in the other direction there. So a very ancient and mystical landscape here with a long history of the weird and wonderful. So these are the skies to be watching from the phenomena. Speaking of which, this little town that we are in here is called Warminster, and I didn't know this until I moved here recently. Hence one of the reasons for doing the stream. There was a massive UFO flap here in the 60s and 70s, and it was quite consistent for 10 years or more that there were just sightings all of the damn time. There was landings, abductions, crashes, lost time, I mean, you name it. You know, close accounts of the third kind sort of thing. You know, there were, you name it, it had everything going on for 10 years, and it was such a phenomenal experience. People would travel internationally to come here and experience the phenomena. And people ended up staying here. There's a story, and it's not the only one. This happened literally twice that I know of. There was a very popular American DJ from New York that heard about the stuff going on, came over here for a holiday, had such an experience with the phenomena that he quit his career as a famous DJ to move here and be with it and to write books on it. But he's not the only DJ that did that. There was another DJ that came from London and ended up staying here and writing books on it. So it's a weird one. It's one of the few cases that I've ever heard of where there was just sustained activity for such a long period of time. And part of doing the stream is to point the camera to the night sky and see if the strange is still going on here. The Bermuda Triangle of Wiltshire, and literally about a month after moving here, there was a crop circle just outside of town. So something is at play there. In Rio, the stars are coming out tonight. They're lighting up the skies, and take that. They are very, very much. And it started with like a star, then another, and they all joined together. No drones or balloons. Now that is interesting, and that kind of, for me, points towards more of the organic nature for what could be an explanation for part of the phenomena there, which is like plasmoids, that intelligent plasma structures could actually be sentient. So a lot of things that we see as sort of orbs or as ball lightning and things like that, and we go, oh, it's just weather phenomena. They are now being observed, and people are in the scientific community actually starting to go, wait a minute, they're acting as if they're intelligent, they're showing potentially even reproductive behaviour and all that sort of stuff there as well. So maybe that merging together, that could be a part of that as well there. Because look, they're back. Oh, yeah, but no, look, there's a gap coming in, Kate. There's a gap. How you doing, Harko? Good to see you there. Oh, thank you for the gift. Oh, and Kate as well.
Nom nom nom, thanks,
Thank you for feeding Alan there. How are you doing today, Harko, though? And thoughts? Tonight's full moon coincides with the quadrant meteor shower peak tonight. So we've got a meteor shower as well. Well, if these clouds eventually shift, maybe we'll have a chance of seeing a few of those streaks across the night sky. And I know a few of you guys need that stamp for your stream passport, so hopefully we'll get a couple more completed there as well. Kate coming in with the shares, appreciate that. And Sausage, probably a secret military aircraft that it's so huge and nobody has seen before. I mean, this is part of the thing that we do have to consider there. What are those more prosaic explanations for things that we may be seeing? And one of the considerations here, the edge of the cloud, one of the things that we have to consider here in Wiltshire, in Warminster here, especially with looking back, though, that big spate of sightings, is we're right on the edge of Salisbury Plain. We've got so many military bases in the town, and we're literally right on the edge of it. It's town, gate, training area there. And in fact, when we do our live UFO skywatches, when we go up one of the old Iron Age hill forts to do the skywatching like the old school UFO hunters used to do, that is actually technically on military ground there. So you have to take that as a potential for what we could be seeing there as well. There have been 2 huge solar flares today too. Oh dear. Are we going to miss them? I hope so. There. Let me scroll through on here. There. Harco's over there on the tubes. Good to see you there. And Ghost of Your Art Bell is good to listen to on UFOs and Ghost. I do love Art Bell, and he is sadly missed, isn't he, there? I mean, there's lots of good people, I think, out there. But something about Art Bell was just, he was so atmospheric with it. I really felt, in the zone when listening to all the old Art Bell stuff there. Veto's in. How are we doing, Veto? I hope you had a good festive period. And Veto, you've cleared the clouds for us. Look. There we go. There's some nice guys to be watching there. And it's from the UK and from the northeast. Love it there. Northeast way as well. Lovely, lovely coastlines around that, and some very, very clear skies up your way. A bit jealous of those, and I can tell you who's a real alien in the UK, if you like. It's Kia. He's Summit, but I don't think we should give him the excuse of calling him an extraterrestrial there. Although saying that, I'll get arrested for it. Typical. There we go. Here is the clear skies. We know. How long did we have to wait, guys? What's the time now? We had to... 37 minutes. We did have to wait a few minutes there, but our patience has paid off, and the clouds have sodded off. And now we have the night sky there. So, I have no idea what planets or stars we've got in range. Now, this is... Because the moon is up full, this is nowhere near as good of a shot as we do normally get. So... that is how many stars we normally see on a Skywatch. Look at those. Look at how many there is in the night sky there. All those background stars that are much fainter at the minute are getting lost because of the moon there, the full moon, taking it being so bright there, screwing up our night vision essentially. But I mean, those stars do look pretty, but that's not necessarily what we are meant to be looking for tonight, because we want to see stuff that's a bit closer. We want to see it to be in or just on our atmosphere there, maybe low Earth orbit at a push there. That is where the UFOs are of interest to us tonight there, so we should still be able to see all of the weird ones. We can still see some colour coming through from some of those distant stars as well there. And a Happy New Year to you too, Adam, and anybody else that I haven't said that to. Yeah, haven't caught us there. Thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream there, the gifts, the subs, the Patreons and things, so they'll go back into stream, helping us improve what we do there. And Alan never said if he'd eat all of the politicians or not. I hope that would be the one saving grace to having Alan around. Right, let's make the most of these skies. Where are we? Over here as well today. Oh, we've actually got a few your way there, Robin. They're over because we're actually on multiple platforms at once, hence why I'm reading comments that you probably can't see. So we're on that one, the purple one, we're on that one, the tubes, and we're also on the TikTok as well, which tends to be the busier one for the chat there. Adam as well, thank you for the gifts, appreciate all of that there. Can he start with Starmer? We can hope. Never has anybody been so universally not liked. It would be funny if it wasn't so tragic. Hey, I opened that drink and didn't spill it down myself tonight. The new year is looking up, guys. And Marcus there, thank you.
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
Thank you for feeding Alan there too. Oh, Adam too, coming in.
Thank you for the alien pets,
He's
guys.
going to have no room left for the politicians. Now, there we go. Right, we are now officially doing our Skywatch. Why? This is the weirdness of TikTok. Why did we have more viewers when it was clouds? People are wanted to... People just love those damn clouds. Yeah, so if you are joining us tonight, guys, we are doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch coming to you live from Wiltshire, which, if you know, is right in the heart of Crop Circle Country, just down the road from Stonehenge. So a very ancient and mysterious landscape here with lots of history of weird and wonderful in the night sky. So keep an eye out, and if we see any movement, there should be a grid. For you guys on the tubes, there is a grid. For some reason, TikTok is not allowing our grid. So you can have to help, just try and direct me another way to anything anomalous, and we can zoom in on the good stuff there. He's a secret conservative. He's worse. He's a not so secret communist. So yeah, that is what we are doing tonight there. So we're looking out for the strange and anomalous. Some of the things that we have seen recently. So we saw the big bright orange object come across our screen. The closest thing we can compare that to is to a shooting star there, but it didn't look anything like a shooting star there. So it's the closest, but still, like, for me, nowhere near there. There was no tail to it. There was no shading of the difference of the nucleus versus the tail and all of like the off-gassing from it that you'd normally see with a meteorite re-entering Earth's orbit there. And it seemed to be a solid, bright object there, so that's a fantastic one. We've seen the triangular formation, haven't we? The three in a triangle formation flying across the screen. That's pretty cool. So the two green orbs chasing each other as well there. But what we might see tonight, I don't know if we're in the right place, it's hard to tell. All stars look the same. But we have seen something that doesn't sound as exciting, but it is quite interesting, which is a stationary flashing. Everything up there should be in motion, including those stars that you're seeing there. Now, because they're so far away, it takes quite a long time. If you were to like time-lapse the stream, you'd see them move across the sky. But so everything is in motion. It's in orbit. It's flying around up there. But we see this thing every, I don't know, couple of weeks. We see it for a few days in a row, and it's basically something that just flash once every like 2 minutes, but from the same position in the night sky every night, every flash there. So what is, you know, expending that energy there to stay still relative to us, but yet rotating probably there to be flashing back to us? Very, very anomalous, because where we see it is nowhere near Blinky. That's the one. Nowhere near where the old geostationary satellites should be there. And I saw this on the news. I don't know if it's true or not, but Stonehenge was covered with paint. Oh, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I mean, you've got to think how long it's been there. Like, what we're seeing now. I mean, for me as well, like the stones of Stonehenge, they always kind of feel like they should be covered. Like, they're the structural element. They're not the decorative facade. You know, so paint at the very least would make sense there as well. Guy Fawkes had the best intentions. Now, you know what's funny? Cosmic, hello, how are you doing? Happy New Year. Cosmic, so yeah, brain's got dead. Yeah, I saw a trailer again for celebrating, was it like the 20th anniversary of the film V for Vendetta? Have you seen that one before? And I watched that when it came out, and I thought, this is cool, but it was definitely fiction. And now, oh my god, it really, really does just like, oh, that was pathetic there. That was predicting things. So speaking of Guy Fawkes there, so they've timed the 20th anniversary re-release of that film, I think, very, very well with the promotion of it there. And the Victorians wrecked Stonehenge. Used to be able to chip bits off of it, didn't you? How like... What was its original condition? I'd be curious to see what it all looked like, and did we just reassemble it, you know, totally like, you know, the wrong way? Because I know we've done that with some of the stone barrows and stuff. We kind of like, the early antiquarians come along and went, we think this is how it looked, and no idea, just restructured everything there. And the painting incident was months ago. I thought you meant originally. I was thinking originally rather than a recent sort of one, but maybe that's what was meant there. It is a very good film there, and the luminous paint there. They're in a rave. That's what it is there. I mean, I'm waiting for my mask to arrive in the post, just like in all of the films there, but I'm too lazy to do anything. there are a lot more stones. I mean, at least, how accurate do you think the actual shape formation that we have now? Or is that like totally just made up, do you think, from Stonehenge? They're Cosmic as well, thank you for the heart, appreciate that. There we go, a lovely night sky for us here tonight. Can I move the camera yet? Oh yeah, we can move the camera a little bit. I've got to be careful because it's almost at its full rotation and it's going to unplug itself. There's not much left on the old. I had to point it right the way round because the moon is where we'd normally point our camera there. Look at those stars. Absolutely stunning. Probably could crank up the brightness a touch, but that would involve going outside in the cold, and I cannot be bothered to do that one. And if you are joining us tonight, now this, as I said, is not the best quality Skywatch. It's because the moon's up, taking our night vision there. That is normally how many stars we would see. Absolutely tons and tons and tons are there, but it's that moon tonight. Should have done a moon watch, and that's what that one looks like. When we do that, we see all the craters, all the details are there, and when it is cloudy, we do a live alien radio signal hunt there with a very large radio antenna, listening out to see if we can hear ET saying hello on those cloudy nights. So yeah, do make sure you're following. Hopefully you'll get those notifications when we go live, which is pretty much every night there. It's like, I ain't lying. We do, that is what it looks like. Hold on, I'll put it back up there, look. See the movement as well. See, look, those things zipping across now. We don't tend to catch them. They're mostly satellites, all of that movement that we see there. But as it starts to get lighter, a bit later, we should be able to time our streams there with the early part of the night. And what happens is, because the sun, although it's gone round for us and it's dark, it's still not fully round. So there's objects in Earth's orbit there. If this is the Earth, this is the satellites moving around, they can still catch that sun's light to reflect back to us. So, you know, man-made satellites, space junk, they're all going to reflect that light back. But so would ET if ET is flying around up there as well. And oh my god, I remember the first night that we kind of got the settings right on the camera and the new lens on, and the sky was alive with about 14 objects just shooting across the screen. I'm like, what? And they're all up there right now. They're still following those paths, those trajectories, but because they don't emit light themselves, they just reflect that light. Then, you know, we are not seeing them there, but occasionally we still do see one trekking across the screen, and that makes it even more interesting, because if there isn't that sun's light there to reflect back to us, it must be emitting light. And what does that? Not much up there with a normal explanation. So we've seen them occasionally. Very, very interesting there. And I miss the lighter nights. Oh, me too. But hey, we're on the uptick now. We're on the uptick. So we're, you know, going to get lighter later and later and later there. So it won't be too long. It'll be, before we know it, up. It'll be like there. I will be checking. I hope so, Sausage. We want you to be hanging around. So yeah, you can. As soon as we can catch it, I think it was about April when I checked, that is when it kind of converges that it's going to get dark just about the right time. That is the earliest that we can stream. And then it's normally that first hour or so, it's just the skies are alive there. Absolutely stunning. But one of the things that we've been saying literally since we started doing this stream there, I'm happy to just see a satellite. It's phenomenal. We've caught Starlink a few times, and every time, even you don't need the aliens, just the space looks stunning. The satellites are amazing to see flying around. They said Starlink is breathtaking when you see that train coming across the sky there. So you don't even need the aliens. But then when you do get that one that's just anomalous and you cannot explain it, there you go. The excitement is real, and there's a few clips of me thinking we've got that, because I've been caught out a few times, and luckily we've got you know, very intelligent and more sensible people than me in the community that can call it out and go, no, that's just the International Space Station or something like that. But it's phenomenal when you think you've got something there. And Mario as well, thank you for the rose, appreciate that. All goes back into the stream. But yeah, one of the things that we've been wanting for a long time is this camera is capable of seeing in, at the minute we're seeing in the visible light, what the human eye can detect there, but at the low end of the light spectrum and the higher end of the light spectrum there is the infrared and then the ultraviolet. So we can't see it, some animals can. Obviously, we've not evolved to need to. There's been nothing that's killed us that's operated exclusively in those light spectrums, so we haven't had that ability sort of encoded into us evolutionarily there. But this camera is capable of seeing in those light waves. live, but you need to send it away to get some modifications done, take the filter out and recalibrate it, etc. So that is one of the big things that we really want to do, because there are so many reports of UFO, UAP activity in the infrared. I think it'd be a total game changer. I think we'll see so much strange stuff going on, being able to see all of that activity there. A bit different one. I mean, actually seeing the International Space Station, that always tricks me, because it is by far the biggest, brightest object coming across the screen there. And I mean, on the nights when it's really busy and you're seeing all those things moving, you kind of get a bit complacent to it, because hey, there's just a lot of it there. But then you see something like the size of my thumb just coming across the screen, the faster you go, what the hell is that? Oh, it's the International Space Station. Especially if you get that alignment just right and it's going directly over you. It is so bright. It is awesome to see there. About 500 for us to do it there. So, and half of that is the modification. The other half is to buy us a crappier backup camera, because we have to send this one away to the person to do it. As we need a backup for the in-between there. And every time we get close, something goes wrong. So we will get there eventually. We will get there at some point. Bougie, how are you doing? Good to see you in. Look, we've got some clear skies. Now the moon is up and very bright, so it's affecting some of the stars. We can't see everything, but we can definitely still see those things that are going to be in our atmosphere there. The strange and anomalous stuff there. We're good. Alan's alright, he's keeping on. So we zoom in on some of these. Look at this, a bright orange one here.
Zoom mode activated.
I mean, it's just some of the colours. I know it sounds... again, this isn't the best night for it, honestly. When the moon isn't, getting in the way, it is the colours of these stars is just absolutely insane. It's it's like seeing gemstones, or like the old Christmas tree lights. It's just the different ranges of colours. It is crazy to do that. But yeah, like that. I think it's the Cohanger constellation is the best example of that. There. Oh, sausage. Good question. We do. Reluctantly, we do. It's link in the top of our TikTok bio is in there for anybody that is interested. But we will get there eventually. We'll get there. That's where all the gifts go. Saving up slowly there. And T-side, how you doing? The other night I saw two very bright lights, quite a bit apart, fly over my house and not flashing. Now, very interesting there. Did they speed up? Did they slow down? Did they change their course at all? Because that could be very interesting indeed. I like that one. Ria, the colours, he said the colours are amazing there. It's the Cohanger constellation, which is like one of the few constellations that does look like what it says on the tin. It looks like a coat hanger. It's got the hook and the line, everything. It's hilarious. It does spot on, but each one is a different colour. It's just absolutely stunning to see there. And defo not the space station. Not with the two there. Definitely not with the two as well. So this is how we tell the anomalous from the not so interesting, the more prosaic there, the satellites and the space junk. So everything up there has to follow certain rules. They're falling to Earth in a big circle, so they can't really change their speed or their trajectory, anything like that, with us seeing it down here. We can't really notice those subtle changes from down here. So as soon as you see something there change its speed or change its course, its direction, its trajectory, then you've immediately not got a satellite or space junk. There. So immediately there, a constant speed and not flashes. So the constant speed, possibly satellite. What sort of time was it though? Because this is what we've just been saying there, that the satellites, they go to bed basically. They're still up there, but when the sun's gone around, so it's later on in the evening, there isn't that sunlight to reflect and then for us to see those satellites. So if it's a later on one, then that is very anomalous. And you said there was two. Were they white as well, or is there a colour to them? Very cool. There, Noel is in the house. Good evening. How are you doing, Noel? There, Blue Nose is in as well. How are you doing? Happy New Year, guys, if I haven't said it already to you regulars. There, so we have a Skywatch tonight. It feels like it's been ages. It feels like it's been weeks upon weeks there. Pretty bright white there. Love it. That could be a very good sight in there. And welcome in. as well there. Thank you for sharing it. This is what I love about this platform. I swear to high heaven about TikTok and its silly rules that we always seem to be breaking for some reason, most of the time. But it is fantastic, and more to the point, the tubes. You guys over there are getting quite good at this as well now. We're actually getting to meet people, and shooting star! Did you see it, guys? Did you see that? Or was it behind me for you guys on the TikTok? Please telling me that you guys saw that one. Hold on, let's clip that. Did you guys see that? Oh, real, you saw it. Excellent. There, and it was heading east to west. I mean, I'll have to think about that. Yeah, but awesome there. So right, who guys, who's got a stream passport, and who needs the old shooting star stamp? Because there's a few of you guys that were just waiting for that one. So. Let me know. And if you thank you T-Sun as well for the follow. Good to have you on board. So guys, if you're doing, this is our stream passport, so it's a physical passport. They're free, but it's a little memento souvenir for you guys there, open to everyone, even if you're new, doesn't matter. We fill your name in there, and then there's 12 of these little tasks to complete, and you get a stamp once you've completed it. So following us on TikTok, that's a stamp. Following us on there and on the tubes, there's stamp. Joining us for a Skywatch, that's a stamp. But seeing a shooting star is another stamp as well there, and it says the holder of this passport is exempt from abductions, invasion and probing, and it's signed by the head of galactic tyranny, Alan, there. So yeah, if you want one, and what we do is once you complete it, we post them to you there as well. So guy who needed their shooting star stamp, I think it had a green tail to it. There, you saw it in the tubes, up nice on the full screen. So yeah, let us know if you need that, because I think Harko, are you still in? Because you needed that. That was one of your few that you've got left there. And T-Sun's well, thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream there as well. Yeah, if you do want a passport and you've not started filling one out yet, just say passport in the chat and we'll put your name and get one rolling for you there. We've still got a few active ones. Did you get that orange flying star on your record? The original, the big one that we saw, we did, yeah, and that one. We did, yeah. I'm calling them shooting stars again now. I'm not even trying with the old TikTok language now. I've given up. We're going to do our stream our way. Thank you guys for the hearts. See them popping up there as well. The shares as well. Those likes that do help us reach more and more like-minded people there. Getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena so we can all piece this puzzle together there. Let me just check a few of those passports. Who have we got? Oh, no, you've got that one. There, Debster, how are we doing? And best way, altering everything, change apps. Exactly, Kate. We're just going with it. We are going with it there. We've got our little community. So to the rest of them. There. How you doing, Debster, as well? You just missed a really cool shooting star. So it's already paying off tonight. We waited for those clouds to pass there. And now we've got a bit of a clear night. It did feel like weeks. I know it was like a week or two before Christmas, until we've been doing those radio signal hunts for quite a while there. No, it can't be. I'm sure we'll get more though. I'm sure we'll get more. So just keep your eyes out there. Just a scene today from the FOI, so the Freedom of Information in Northern Ireland, that on Facebook, that there was several UFO sightings in 2025. Oh, very, very interesting. Like, that is, I'm not surprised. The frequency is going to go up, because we are not, as humans, we don't know, do we, what is necessarily in front of us unless we know to look for it there. So the more that is in the news about UFOs and aliens, the more people, first of all, just look up. And they may see things that then they would have seen otherwise and just not thought about anymore. So the sightings are definitely going to go up there. More observations. And that's why I think it's so important that we talk about it and we get rid of that stigma, because then more people are going to be encouraged to see and encouraged to report those sightings. And then again, we hopefully will start to get more of an accurate picture of what is going on there. It came from the police service. Love that one as well. Nice official record source. I'll have to check some of those databases are there as well, see what's going on, seeing if they're showing any new ones If you are just joining us, we are doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight here. This is the skies live over Wiltshire in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge. It's a long history of the weird and wonderful. These guys are the ones to watch. There, do make sure you're following, because we do something like this every night. If it's a clear sky, then we do this, the live UFO UAP Skywatch. This is what it normally looks like. So we normally see much more stars, but the moon's up full, so it's killing our night vision at the minute. And when it's up full, we normally do a moon watch instead, but I couldn't bother to mess around with that tonight. But that's what that looks like. Still the craters on the details there. And if it's cloudy, we do a live alien radio signal hunt there. We've got a very large radio antenna, which we sweep the skies, hoping to hear ET say hello. So we're doing something pretty much every night there. And Amanda, hello, and thank you for the heart. And where are we? Had you had any snow? Not yet. We are due, if the weather goes to plan, which never does. Tuesday, it says, for us here. That's going to be nice and bright and all that reflections there. But it's been definitely cold enough. It's been pretty frozen over here. I was hoping actually to go up the hill, because Agent X put us in contact, didn't you, with old interstellar discussions. So thank you for that, Agent X. Was hoping to go and meet him up a local hill tonight, but work had other ideas, and I was working until about 9:30 p.m. So, but hopefully we'll arrange something together to do that at some point soon. We had a sprinkle in Notts. Was it just a light dusting, or was it a heavier one? I mean, if it's gonna snow now, let it snow, I'm saying. Let it just come down. I don't have to drive. I want 4-foot snow. So I'll be changing that opinion on it when I can't go to the to the shops for my sage. Blizzards in Aberdeen, really? Oh, that is insane there. How you doing, Amanda? Alan says hello. Happy New Year as well there. Enough for my daughter to make a tiny snowman. Well, that's all you need. And it snowed here last night. Whereabouts are you, Amanda? I totally forget. Draw the weather map clear, because lots of people are saying, oh, it's snowing or it's about to snow where they are. And I'm like, I've got to wait 4 days. What's going on? Weather doesn't take that long to come across there. Still white. Oh, that's very pretty. Yeah, I'm all about it. If it's going to snow, now I'm in the country, let it probably get Dudley wet. A little bit higher up than us here. Let it fully snow. I wonder what the sky would be like after a good covering of snow, because that is going to be highly reflective. Highly reflective there. Kill our night vision. Very frosty in Blackpool. Similar to here. The steps are frozen over. The camera's probably frozen over as well. Neddle, how you doing? Thank you for the gift there. Appreciate that. And a bit slippery though. Walking to the shops. Yes. I'm with the age. I have to consider that now. One bad fall and that's it, guys. Although saying that, I did go arse over tit, didn't I? Putting up the camera the other day. But I've corrected that one there. I've put down industrial strength grips now. The same ones they put on those train station steps, you know, the big grippy things. I thought, I ain't messing around with that now. So I shouldn't now, he says. We'll see it there. Right, should we see if we can spin the camera a little bit? See if it wants to work. If it's not frozen over, come on. Hold your hats, guys. We're spinning the camera. Well, that is going slow. I think it is slightly frozen. When I come to put this away on a cold night, the tripod's frozen. We have got a heating element now on the lens. It won't even spin now. Oh, come on. You can do it. It's cold in Croatia. You know what? I've never really considered, like, because I think, you know, Croatia's probably a bit south than where we are, but, you know, that sort of area, yeah, it's notoriously. What sort of temperatures are you getting? Been a while for that sticker. Yeah, it feels like it. It's getting slower. Come on. There. Oh, no, there's a tree there. We'll go back a little bit. I think I'll need to go out and manually adjust the camera to get a better set of stars for us tonight. But typically the moon is exactly right where we'd like to put where our best sky, because if we point it over the town you get the light pollution from the town, but now the dark bit, the moon's sitting in right now for us, so that's frustrating. But I mean, even now you can see, look at how blue that star is there. It's more of a white star there. Can you see that one? No, it's off the screen for you there. All this one, no, that's behind me for you guys on the TikToks, but there's one that's orange. Absolutely stunning there. Can you see Jupiter? Probably, but I don't think we can from where the camera's pointing at the minute. How are we, tubers as well? You've been pretty quiet on the tube front. Guys, do ask away if you've got any questions about what we're doing in the latest UFO news there, or maybe you've got a sighting that you want to get off your plate there, you want to tell people about and see if we can help answer. Fire away. We'd love to hear about those things as well. Can someone ask Sam to check the red play button app? Oh, my messages. No, I've got the thing up, but for some reason, yeah, that's not looking like it's updating. So maybe we've missed all of YouTubing. Hold on, let me go over to here. Is this going to show us? No. There's that one. Nope, it's not doing that one. So, tubers, if I've not been reading your messages, I apologise, because see if I can get you up somewhere else. Where are we here? That's weird. Aha, right. Oh my god, there's so many chats there. I'm sorry, tubers. I've totally... and up, sorry matey, I've missed so many of your messages, but so let's see if we can catch up there. I keep seeing the houses of the moon, and I can't not see it. What's that one? Is that like an astrological alignment sort of thing? And I bet I can lick Stonehenge and the police will do nothing. Any takers? You're going to place a bet. Then the Victorians rearranged it back in the day. I'm not surprised on the Victorians like that. And this is... why it says live UFO sky hunt, prepared to be disappointed, but you could be pleasantly surprised. I mean, fair enough, you know. We do tend to see something interesting on most of our Skywatches there. You can see Wi-Fi signals as a distortion. What's that one for there? And keep any documents anymore. Oh, yes. And Banana, I see you there. Not sure your comments are showing on top, but did you get footage of the orange shooting star you were talking about earlier? Yes, we did. So that is actually, I think it's pinned, that one. It should be pinned to the top of our main TikTok page if you do want to see that one there. And the TR3B, or TR3XB, oh, I've not heard of that designation there, for that one on pop, up there. I'm pretty sure they've actually sacked all the experienced meteorologists. Yeah, oh, it definitely feels like that there. So I'm sorry, hopefully I can keep an eye on the chat better. Maybe if I pop it out now, maybe that will work. We'll see if that one is that going to work. Yeah, that should work now. It should work, you tubers. I don't want you guys getting left out. See if I can put my chat window back up here. You saw a light in the sky tonight. It was a solid light and not blinking. More like a plane, but defo not a satellite. Is any colour to it as well? I assume flight radar as well. I have to check that one. Or was there anything strange in the oh, it's not blinking. Is it moving at all? Like the sound of that one. And it too is up above 0. I mean, we're getting close to the 0. I think we were -5 last night. Absolutely freezing here. Absolutely freezing. I do not want to mention how much my my electricity bill was. I just got December's bill in. Ouch. It's that one, Agent X. I'm sure you know. Hell, it doesn't matter. I'm saying it now, aren't I? Why am I trying to not say YouTube? There we go. I've given up playing the games. The beast from the east. There. Oh, it was whitish in colour. I checked to flight radar, nothing, and moved slowly, but weird. I mean, still that's very interesting. Nothing on flight radar, because even the military stuff around here is on flight radar. I mean, I think unless they're under battle conditions or whatever, they're probably going to have their transponders on, aren't they? So, very interesting. Oh, excuse me. It's getting me now. There is another one, isn't there? I can't remember what it's called though. And so a few of you have seen it. You can see more than we are. Right. Keep an eye out for the anomalous there. Rio, how you doing? This must be AI, not cloudy. Honestly, it was cloudy earlier. And I was getting very frustrated because it wasn't when I set the camera up, and as soon as I turned it on, boom, clouds. So we had to wait 40 minutes for them to pass. Yeah, not clouds in the UK. But the moon is up, sadly, Rio there. So welcome. But yeah, this is not our full performance factor here. That is what it normally looks like. Got a really good lens, but the moon's up right there, so it's taking out night vision for us tonight. But it should still mean that we can see all of the things in our atmosphere, all those strange potential UFOs, UAP there. Where are you joining us from, Rio, as well there? Who saw it and where are that? Was Banana, Kate. And where are you? I don't want to dox Banana. It's up for Banana to say that one. I think on the east coast, not coast, but east there. I'm able to disclose any apps I use on here. I may get spanked by the TikTok. Yeah, I've given up. We're always getting spanked. I've learned to love it and appreciate it. Become a sadist. Yeah. A virtual radar, yeah. Oh, yours didn't get posted. It's a weird platform, isn't it? It's a very strange beast. I don't know if you guys can see these two. This one and this one. So it's the atmospheric seems to be blocking them a bit. But every now and again, they go really contrasting red and blue. Like really strongly red and blue. Absolutely stunning to see there. And when Sweden signed into NATO, I went straight to watch Flight Radar because every single NATO Air Force was popping transponders on and off. Couldn't count. It's impossible. Really? What was that? Like a show of force things? Or a little bit of a celebration? Like a sort of a gun salute there? I got the 7:30 there, Kate. Oh, was that your time of your sighting? Or is it just missing the rest of it there? Some of those stars are absolutely stunning. Stunning there. Oh, I can hear Otis. Hold on. Ned as well there. Nedio, thank you for the cake. If I missed that one, I do appreciate that. So it all goes back into the stream. So just whistling back to the parrot there. No ideas, they just did it. Every now and again, didn't they put a Concorde on Flight Radar? They put a fake Concorde going across once. I don't know if it was celebrating like an anniversary or something like that. And all of the old Flight Radar geeks went, "Oh my God, what's this? It's a Concorde flying." Where's my cake and Tango? You're not allowed, Tango. You've told us this. How are we doing, Green Grass? And good evening. Look, we're doing a Skywatch. Oh, hey. We fought the clouds earlier and we won. It was a very fluffy battle. I think I'm probably pulling all of the leads out of my camera. That's probably why it's going so slowly. Let's get some of those stars in shot there a little bit more. The WOW plane. Oh, is that the... Oh, is it Beluga? Something like that, isn't it? Is that the one that's like got the bit on top of it to carry planes within a planes there? You remind me, Agent X, of... what was that? Was it Banana Man, the kids' TV show superhero that he'd eat a banana and kind of like, you know, get in his suit and, you know, save the day? But it's you and Tango. Yep, the Beluga. It's such a weird one. You wouldn't think it could fly, would it? Look so disproportionate there. He's been tangoed. He's the one that tangos. Banana and jam on a tea cake. It's a crazy night there. The North Star, beautiful. Well, we are pointing roughly north, actually. You've got a better eye than me. I've lost total track of where we are in the night sky. A few faint wisps of cloud. What's everyone up to the weekend? The correct answer is you'll be joining us every night for streaming, because it should be clear for those nights as well. The chemtrail planes are out. Well, I've heard some interesting things about those. Can't really share them on stream though. And quadrant, is it? We are... Oh, look at that. Can you guys see that on the tops? Yeah, look at that. Look at how red that one is. As soon as I zoom in, it'll
Zoom
go
mode
a
activated.
different colour. Yeah, it goes different colour when we zoom in there, but look at that one, how bright. That one, and how blue this one is to comparison. So look, it's almost like blue and green now. It's the atmosphere screwing around our atmosphere there, but the contrast in those, absolutely stunning there. And massive transport planes. I worked in an aircraft factory, as some of the parts you make are worse than making a brick fly when you hold them. There's so much power in those engines. I mean, yeah, so without kind of, I suppose, getting familiar with something like that, you probably don't appreciate it, do you? Because, yeah, they're big old beasts there. It's a Cleon warship there, is it? Yeah. It's coming right for us there. Joel just finished a D&D night with the kiddos. Love it. I'm a nightmare. I like the idea of a good game of D&D, but I am such a wind-up, and it's in any game that I play. I kind of get bored. I know it's the ADHD, and then I just have to wind everybody else up and sort of subvert the game that nobody will play with me anymore. I don't blame them. So it's travelled north and took a couple of hours. You're plotting your sighting. I like that there. Excuse me, God. See, like one day back at work and I'm already yawning at this time. Speaking of Night Owl, thank you for the like there. Appreciate that, guys. All those likes and those shares, they said they do help us reach more and more like-minded people there. The more eyes and minds you get on the phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together there. And why are those trail planes not on flight radar? I mean, again, that was one of the things that, I mean, I totally, you know, we know about cloud seeding and all that sort of stuff that's been going on for years. But that sort of stuff, I was like, really? No, I'm sure that's a bit out there on the fringes. But then it turned out somebody I know works on those. So there's a degree of truth. Free day tomorrow for me, and then football on Sunday. Are you playing? I bet you're playing, A-Up. I bet that, like, all of this time you're a major league football player. And, you know, you're partying on the weekends. When do you have time for it all? My daughter is a DM, and my youngest boy likes to just smash all we come across. I can relate to him there. Good of the DM, though. That's detailed work. Tell those stories there. And Freeman, Happy New Year to you too as well. Sounds like my kind of dungeon master, exactly. Yeah. And what about the Googlon? You hear about that? No, I haven't. If I can pronounce it, the Googlon. What a name there. No, I haven't heard of that one. How did your New Year's Eve go, Freeman? Good to see you in. Guys, if you are joining us, we are doing a live UFO, UAP, a Skywatch tonight. This is Sky live from Wiltshire here in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. There, so keep an eye out for the strange and anomalous. We've seen a few shooting stars already, and we tend to see something weird in the night sky every time we get the camera out. So yeah, let us know what you see and we can do a zooming in there. Also say hello if you're new here. Say hello in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear where you're watching from there, and if you've seen anything strange in the night sky yourself whilst we're waiting for the action to kick off on screen. And if you're not following us already, definitely do, because we do this basically every night. If it's a clear sky, then it's this, but it normally looks like this. So the moon's up at the minute, causing our night vision to kind of suck, so we're not seeing as many stars as normal there. So yeah, do join us for a normal one there. If it's cloudy, we do a live alien radio signal hunt. A very large radio antenna there, listening out to hear ET say hello, or when the moon's up full and I can be bothered, we do a moon hunt, and that's what that looks like there. See all the craters, all the details, talk about how weird some of those sightings we've seen on, off, and around the moon are there. Oh, we've got a wisp of cloud coming in tonight. Gives us a bit of perspective there, doesn't it? So yeah, do make sure you're following. Hopefully you get those notifications when we go live. I know, but just freezing you off in the stands with a couple of... honestly, I think I went to... It wasn't my first. I went to one as a child, but I went to one recently with some family, and it was very chilly in the stands there. And did you say you knew someone that? Yes, they won't tell me much details, but they do. It's not like it's a step back. It's it's not like front line with it. There, and everybody thank Marcus when you claim the treasure box there. XRT as well, thank you for the shares, do appreciate that one. Agent X as well, coming with the shares. It's how we reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves. The more eyes and minds we can get on the phenomena, the better. The more we can all piece this puzzle together there. But there's details. Yeah, I haven't got much, but there are some. I'm trying to bleed out of them. But it seems like everybody I know has a far more interesting job than me. That's the things that I've heard from some people. There and plenty of layers, and there are thermals required. Oh yeah, I made that mistake. I didn't. And XRT as well. Welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight? Then, how do you feel about the UFO, the alien phenomena? Do you think we're all alone here in this wide universe, or is life absolutely abundant? Is it somewhere in between? Maybe there's lots of life out there, but they can't visit us because these distances are so vast. Let us out there. Kate, same. 100% the same with it. And I don't know how far, but I know that they do something. That's literally the extent of my knowledge there. That there is something in that area, going on. Because, there's somebody buying bits to do that, if that makes sense. There, and plenty of layers, I'm alone in Yorkshire. Send me a draconian, please. I'll send you some tango. Oh, honestly, Kate, yeah, I feel the same. It's like everything I thought, because I was not fully down the rabbit hole in a lot of things. I'm open to a lot of things. I like the questions. I'm curious. But there's a lot of things that even I was like, no, that's ridiculous. Sod off. But the more I'm looking, and the more I'm going, oh my God, is anything real? There, and there's probably giant mushroom horses out there somewhere in the universe. Let's have it right. Well, this is the thing, the sheer scale of the universe, and chance and things could well be all sorts of weird variations that we just can't get our head around. One thing that I'm curious of, if we think of space as a medium in the same way that we think of the air as a medium, and the oceans and water as a medium. Now, obviously, it's more of the lack of, because there's not much going on up there. But you'd think, is there creatures that could survive in space like there are in our oceans? Now, I know there's not a lot going out for them. Maybe they had to feast on radiation from distant stars. How would they develop? How would that life start? Maybe they did start on a planet there. But, in the weirdness of space, surely there has to be some organism, some creature that is native to those vast spaces up there. How many meteors have you seen? We've only seen, I think, 1 or 2 tonight, and the moon isn't helping much, but hopefully so we normally see quite a few, so hopefully we'll see a few more there. Can you get green tango? Are you allowed that one? But they say it's just a fuel and atmosphere. So I don't know, but and I think that is part of what is going on with some of it to a degree, but I know that they make parts for it, put it that way. So I can put up your wish list, yeah. Oh, yeah, forget about that. You're not on that yet. It's been a while. Saying that, ours has been slow. It's taken us ages to get anywhere. It's like 13, I lay awake at 3 AM trying to comprehend the universe being infinite. It might just be like on a smaller scale. I don't know. But yeah, I totally get you like that. It's like, what is true? Where are the bounds of all of this? What is up anymore? And one thing that that enters my mind of all this, and Agent X is the first person to say, well, I told you so here. But and this is something that entered my head, that if I accept ghosts are true, and if I accept, and I'm not saying I do, but I'm definitely open, I'm chewing that over, it's an active process for me. If I accept, ghosts and the paranormal, that side of things are real, and, UFOs, aliens potentially real as well, what about all the other stuff there? What about vampires? What are all the other more scary stuff? What about werewolves? Is that just folklore? Or is there a seed of truth there? You're only allergic to orange tango. I'll make notes of that. The whole panspermia thing makes a lot of sense. And in fact, we have a lab for it. Do we have a lab for it? I know they're studying it now, because panspermia, I think, makes total sense there. You know, if you just look how organisms spread around the Earth, and we obviously know that space is a much more hostile environment there, but it's by no means impossible for organisms and microbes and whatnot to survive in space at all. So panspermia, at the very least, is probably very, very real. Like, the question we have currently now is, obviously life is massively present here on Earth in all sorts of ways and shapes and forms, but Venus, the clouds of Venus, are showing signs of potential microbial life there. Mars has that historic, you know, fossilization of bacteria there, but those Viking lander missions in the 70s showed current bacterial or microbial life there. So, I mean, we know we're sharing it around at these distances. What about the vast distances there? So, what could it be? You know, like, you know, how does that, is it just local panspermia? Can it not survive those deep travels? Or, you know, can it, in theory, be frozen and survive for a very, very long period over the vast distances? I am leaning to the principle that it's just everywhere. You know, panspermia, to a degree, at least in a sort of more simple way, can spread life absolutely bloody everywhere. So I definitely lean that way. Then the universe is so vast. Eventually, we are left with one question: with what's in the box there, and why did they call that hypothetical planet Theia when Fae mythology is everywhere? I mean, it could be a connection, because a lot of the stuff, you know, the names these things, they do come from mythology, religion there, you know, Greco-Roman gods for anything in space as well. So maybe they're tying it in with all of that. It's a beautiful name, though, as well. And the thing is coming. We're already here there, but who knows? It could happen. And this, growing up, I've always been curious of the unknown and the mysterious there, but not necessarily believing these things. But the more you actually look into it, the less is known, like, as hard facts. It's always presented to us as hard facts, but when you actually open it up and you sit the scientists down, they go, well, okay, no, what we know is X, Y, and Z, like some component factors, but what they tell us is an extrapolation, an assumption that a most likely outcome with the knowledge they have in hand there. And maybe sci-fi is fortune telling. Tom, very on the point here. Now, I didn't realise this, and I have the missus to point this one out to me there, but sci-fi, it's thought experiments. You know, what it is, it's basically a way of modelling something, in the same way a scientist would use a computer to model, as we talked about, the Theia there, the early planet that smacked into Earth, potentially then making the moon. They will model that, you know, and how physics works there to see what it would look like, to see if their hypothesis is correct. Sci-fi is like a very unspecific modelling there. You know, it's not necessarily going to be right all of the time. But if you look at things like Star Trek, you know, shows like that, basically, what would happen if X, Y, what about this, what about that? And it's our best example at running that simulation in a low resolution way. And I find it fascinating, actually looking at sci-fi through that lens. I'm like, oh no, this is closer to philosophy. This is really interesting. Yeah, you know, if you think of it like that, because I was like, geeks. Oh, you geeks with your sci-fi, you know, weird. But no, if you're closer to philosophy, I think it's really, really, really fascinating when you actually look at some of those storylines, how accurate we get it. You know, it depends, you know, again, how accurately we put those variables into the model. But it is a very interesting ways of doing it. And we need to do an Urbex ghost hunt somewhere cool. The last time I went Urbexing was about 15, 16 years ago, and A, I was slightly less portly then, but B, I kind of do it. We do our Skywatches on location when we take the Skywatch rig up to the local hill forts, and I'm fine whilst I'm in mission mode, and then I realise, and I go, oh, and then I get a little bit spooked, and I would always get into these places, these are like abandoned asylums, and then all of a sudden I would realise I'm in an abandoned asylum and it's pitch black and it's probably haunted and there's probably an angry security guard coming for me. And then you go, so, you wouldn't get much done with me on one of those. But I like the idea of it there. And the Fae are supposed to be in a parallel realm to ours. Oh, I mean, could they be, you know, say, pointing to something like that? Because the Fae, folklore, fairy stuff, those sightings, those experiences, those encounters that were reported back then, they're very, very similar to what's going on with the modern UFO and the alien abductions and encounters and things like that. Now, again, it's a different lens, but it's a very similar at the core of it there. Maybe sci-fi is fortune telling. I know we've done that one thing. But it may be, to a degree. If those models are correct, then it is predicting. Never mind, TikTok doesn't give enough characters for your ramble. Damn it, Kate, go over to the tubes, or to the purple one, and I want to hear your rambling there. And guys, if you want to see the sky but the correct way round, and you want to see a bit more of it, at the thing UFO and all of those, as you can see there, let you see more of the night sky and the grid there. But also it's good as a backup, because TikTok is always having a sulk and throwing us off, but we don't really have any issues there as well. So you're right there, W. Where are you joining us from tonight, W? I'm not singing it, X. No fairies were harmed in the making of this. I can't guarantee that. And W, I mean, the movie is great, but imagine if it did happen. Which one was that? Might have missed the first one for that. There, and Battlestar Galactica. Now, I loved the remake. It was about 2008, and I won't spoil the ending for people that haven't seen it. I know it's like 15, 20 years old now, that show, almost 20, God. There, but yeah, there is a twist at the end, and maybe this is the thing. Earth has been habitable for billions of years. We've only just come around in the blink of an eye in the last set, and there's a good argument as well that Mars was habitable well before the Earth was, for like a billion years or so before Earth was, because it was a lower mass, it cooled down quicker, and therefore was more stable. So maybe, at the very least, a microbial sense, and we might have come from Mars. And then, panspermia onto Earth when Earth was stable. Maybe everybody settled there then. But we don't know. I think our origin story is going to be far more mysterious and miraculous than we have been led to believe there. Cool, we'll take someone real slow. We can use as collateral there. Am I that person? Am I your slow friend? Anyone got any good UFO documentary recommendations on the Tube, Netflix or Amazon? Good question. So, Banana, I wouldn't necessarily say The Age of Disclosure. That's the one that's been going around our community quite a bit lately, and it's a very interesting old documentary that I think is very important for the community. But if you're into UFO stuff, you've probably heard it all before. I think it's more important for the people that haven't yet realised that the ones that are not fully on board with not down the rabbit hole as much, they're the ones that need to see that movie there. John Carpenter's The Thing, that's on our movie club list actually, W. I don't know if I've all seen it all the way through there live. I haven't seen what's Life, the movie. That one doesn't ring a bell actually. But we have a cool little Discord community there, so if you want to join us over there, we've got like a constant interesting things section where, and if we're talking about podcasts or the latest news in the UFO world, we post all of that in there. Free Eye Atlas has got its own section packed full of the latest in on that there, but my favourite is the personal experiences section, and you guys are putting in your first-hand accounts with the phenomena. You can add yours or just read through all of those with images and videos too, so you're welcome to join us over there. We've got the link at the top of our bio for that. But the reason we're talking about films with that is we do a monthly movie club there, which is we vote on an alien-themed movie once a month, and we watch it the last Friday at 10 PM at UK time, so we're voting currently on January's film, so you're welcome to join us over on there. Even if you're new, do pop in and say hi. It normally gets pretty unhinged. But yeah, have we got any good suggestions there for Banana? Oh, you've seen that one, yeah, but nothing hugely. Exactly. The problem is it's paywalled. If it wasn't paywalled and it was free to air on something like Netflix, then people, especially when there was that buzz, that may not have really cared about the UFOs or not thought too much about it, they could have watched that and gone, oh, actually, no, there is actually a lot more to this than I realised. But sadly, it's got a huge price tag to it there, so I don't think the people that need to see it are going to see it there. The Thor, it's on the list, Asian X there, and Hangar 13, that one I think is on the list, but it hasn't come up yet. Have you watched Pluribus yet? I've watched the first episode, and we're almost done with Supernatural, so it will be Pluribus next there, so I have watched the first episode. So, well, the next step, isn't it, A-Up, is that, if we're listening out for those alien radio signals, the next step is that we're going to have to decode them, and then if we start doing some lab work, it might be like that. UFO movie list on the Reddit view. I'll have to check that one out, Agent X. Thank you for that. And the Twitchy place. Let's have a look over there. Let me catch up quickly on the tubes first whilst we're in here. The universe is so far. I know I've done that one. Dave, how you doing there? Space travel is bull. Are you on the flat Earth persuasion then? I mean, it's not an opinion that I share at the minute, but we are open. You're welcome to have it there. And because this is our minds thinking that far, it doesn't necessarily represent how the universe thinks. It would be arrogant to think so, surely. Well, what you are very, very right with is that it's probably a different way to think of it, but that we do not see raw base reality. It's not literally what is out there that we see and perceive. We have a limited set of filters. We're only been given evolutionarily the tools to see the things that have killed us, basically. So we've only had, said like that is the visible light. What we can see as humans is quite limited there, because nothing in the infrared or ultraviolet killed us, so we didn't need to develop those sensors. So we're not seeing reality, but also people always forget. They think about the hardware, but we don't talk about the software, which is psychology, how the brain understands information, how it processes it, how it stores it. We will literally not see what is in front of us if we do not have a good framework to understand it there. So just to say that when we're trying to interpret what's going on in the world, what we're experiencing, what we're seeing, it's still our human interpretation, our best guess at it. And often, especially in the sciences, we mistake our model for it, for the reality, and it's not quite the case. It's not quite the case. Now, how different it is the question there, but it's going to be something. We're definitely not going to get it 100% there. So say we all there. And I highly recommend asking DARPA for archival access there. We want to get on one of their lists. And we won't get it these days, but there is, oh my God, yeah. But it's there. Oh, it's there for Internet OGs. Is it really? And where I live in the US, we'd have seen a dozen of satellites by now. Well, right, we do tend to see, well, in the summer, we see absolutely loads. But this time of night, it's quite late for us. So the sun's gone fully round, because I didn't realise this, and this surprised me, because I've only been doing this a few months. We started doing all this in the summer, but when you come on, we start pointing the camera at the sky just after it gets dark. So it's dark for us here on the ground, but the sun is still not fully round. So the satellites in orbit can reflect that light back to us, and we can see them moving around there. But where it's winter and it gets darker much, much earlier now, that sun is fully round, so that light isn't there to reflect off of those satellites for us. But when it is there, God, you see so many there as well. And I've never been killed by a spider, but I'm totally keen. The tiniest scruff on the peripheral vision. Oh God, yes. I'm not a fan of spiders. Right, let's have a look. Kate over on the purple one there. Right. Okay, so we're going to bear with you there. Okay. So stories of the Fae, the fair folk, appearing as humans, but otherworldly, supposedly from a parallel realm that exists in the same space as Earth there. Stories of people going back and to, losing years of time. See the old Scottish, Irish and English folklore. And they called that planet Faia. Okay, I hadn't heard. That's good. It crashed into Earth, emerged maybe. Cue thoughts such as tears in time and space and layering of realities there. I don't know, maybe it's too much to book movie, but there's Rambo. Okay, I love that Rambo, and that is that first draft of ideas, isn't it? There's something, and this is what if you're on the neurospicy scale, you're brilliant at making connections, and it's totally unconscious and it's intuitive there. So what it is you're getting those ideas. You've heard a bit here and a bit there, and somewhere in that pile there's a connection, there's something of value, and it's you're tipping it all out there and sorting for it to find that connection. I think you're really, really spot on there, because I think, if you're looking at the modern day UFO phenomenon and you're looking at the old fairy folk, the Fae, there are lots, if you break it down to really what happened, that you can say, not interpretation, but what happened, like, missing time, humanoid looking creatures, lights and strange things like that. Well, that's very, very similar to what we're experiencing now there. But, I mean, you're tying it in maybe there with Faia. That's a very interesting, is there a literal merger there, an old world with a new... That, I hadn't considered that. I love that. And we're not going to know. But I think it's making those connections and talking about those points. I think that's really brilliant. Okay, and somebody described the old neurospicy brain to me once. So it is an image, right? And it was a dot in the center, right? And it said like neurotypical brain, not dot in the center, and there was a like a plus symbol of dots, one dot above, one dot below, one dot to the right, one dot to the left there. And it said that's how the normal brain works. Nice clear directions. It said the neurospicy brain was dot in the center, and then rings upon rings upon rings of dots all the way around. And it was, for us, there's not very much hard categories and boundaries. They all kind of blur in on spectrums. They're all on a gauge. They all can be loosely associated. And I find this whenever somebody's trying to give me instructions, is that I can't clearly see their definitions. Because to me, you could argue anything either which way, and I get myself into quite a lot of trouble with that one. But again, it's those connections, the way it all blurs, the way the mind works like that. You're going to see interesting patterns, and I think that's a fascinating pattern, connection there, Kate. And that's how the weeping angels get you. Oh my God! You speaking of spiders, we've got something here and I didn't know they even had them in the UK, but they're called tunnel webs. I thought they were funnels, but no, they're tunnel webs, right? And I didn't realise in the summer they infested my house, and I hate spiders. So I'm glad it's the winter. It's a bit cold for them there. Right, I just found Really Haunted. He's one of yours, real or fake? Oh, really? I don't know. I've not seen Really Haunted. No idea. I'll have to check it out though. They pay me to not to disseminate random patterns. Keeping you off the street, you're getting a list, disseminate random patterns. But this is those connections that other people do not see. And sometimes those connections are valueless. They're pointless. There may be a connection there, but it isn't of value, isn't of use. But 1 in 10, or maybe probably a lower percentage, are very, very useful. Where are we back over on the talks are there? Expedition X and Beyond Skinwalker. Damn it, I was meant to catch up over Christmas on Skinwalker, and I didn't there, sadly. And who knows what's out there? W, exactly who knows. There's so much space out there that it could be everything. Spin ourselves around, see if we can get more of the sky. There we go. There, it's a series, I think. I'll have to check it out. And it depends on what you're into. Is a neurospicy a type of new flavour of knickknacks? It's a new tango that you're allergic to. I'll try some neurospicy. I wrote an article on that topic on my Substack this week. To check it out. Can you put I don't think you put links in, but put your name up of your Substack in the old chat there, up so people can check it out. Explain to the folk in 1 minute what I am into. It'd be easy to spend what you're not into. There, so animatronics, Tango Orange, they're the things that immediately jump to mind there as well. And I missed some gifts there, sorry guys. Sorry, Lizzie there, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks.
And
guys.
hello, I hope you are well there. Right, I'll have to check it out. Really Haunted. Tip, if you're ever starting a YouTube channel, guys, or any sort of content for that mean, the broadest title, the broadest obvious title you can possibly find, that's the game changer. Really Haunted. Let's get this loaded. Got green writing, is it that one? I have to check him out after the stream. Right, let's get ourselves back. A junior apprentice. Maz Miduck on Substack says, there you go guys, do a follow up there. The amount of work you put in with correlating news articles, I think, your Substack is going to be very, very good for that one. Took me 6 months to claim X uncovered. That is a good one. That's a good one. Again, nice and broad and simple. That's what you want. And it does half of the work for you there. Adam as well, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Right, so guys, we are doing a live UFO, a UAP, a Skywatch tonight there. We are searching the stars for the strange and anomalous, coming to you live for Live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of crop circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So these are skies to be watching for the phenomena. Let us know what you're spotting and we can zoom in on it there, but do give us a follow. We do something like this every night, so it's clear we're doing a Skywatch, and normally it's a bit better quality. Normally see more stars, but the moon's up 4 at the minute, so it's taking out that there. So do give us a follow and you get the notification when we go live there. Is this Pagon? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, Connor. Not sure. Do you mean pagan? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure on that one. But yeah, what's pagan, or is it pagan? Is that what you mean? There. And hello, by the way. So yeah, this is a live UFO UAP Skywatch there. It's funny though too. I get every crackpot theory going on my morning feed. I mean, you think it's bad on the tubes? Try TikTok for that. It's a whole other level. Yeah, there we go. Well, we got some clear skies eventually. Where is... My brain's gone dead, guys. What am I thinking? Weather forecast for tomorrow. Right. Oh, lovely and clear, apparently. So, if that holds true, we should have a nice clear night tomorrow. Normally we do gaming on a Saturday, but we'll have to, if it's a clear sky, we will have to be doing a Skywatch. So yeah, make sure, guys, you are following. And then you should get those notifications when we go live there. Is Leonie tell her I added a word to the blog list by mistake? She pays so little attention to me these days. Roddy as well, how you doing? Welcome aboard, thank you for the follow there. MSN, that takes me back. Some emo song lyrics in my title there. Amanda, have you tried Ark Raiders? I know the name, I haven't tried it though. I haven't. I'm not that good at gaming, as you might have noticed. So we've got a really classic game lined up, but I'm waiting for Pete to be with us physically for that one, because I think that'll be a good one together. But it's called Kerbal Space Program, so it's slightly on theme for the stream, but essentially you have to build rockets and they kind of follow semi-accurate physics, so you have to kind of get it all right, and you have to launch them at the right point, get the orbits right, and there's sort of little sacrificial like people called Kerbals there, and you get to name them. So I thought that would be fun for us as a community to to kind of send the little guys out there into space, hopefully safely. But it's a bit of an older game now, but I thought that'd be fun because Pete is an actual aerospace engineer, so we'll see if it works there. Oh, so it's you that it was on here, was it, Agent X? So, there we go. Can't say the word. Instead of throwing rats, that is the other game. I did like throwing the rats. Can't believe old Jackson, though. He squished Rathlew, didn't he, there? Isn't it like a really old game, though? It should be able to run it. You know, I've not actually tried running it on this computer. I better check that one. Check that one out there. Hey, 77, how are you doing there? How long will we be today? I need some crap for background. What do you mean crap? This is high quality yabbering. We're only going to be on until midnight tonight, sadly. But I hope you're doing well, 777. I hope you had a good New Year as well. But over on the tubes, we've got all of our past ones there for the last few months, so you can just put them on in the background. Dead by Daylight is supposed to be good. That's another one I've heard. I'm like well late to the party at most of these games. I'm still got to do more of the Michael Jackson one, which was your suggestion. There we did play it, and it was hilarious and jumpy. There, high quality yabbering. I think yabbering is a word I've made up actually. Today I won't watch, I need background science there. What time there? So it's 2 here. Oh, wow, that is late. So another 12 minutes actually for us here, sadly. So yeah, not long to send you off to sleep, 77, sadly. Oh, okay, as long as I'm not totally embarrassing myself, only slightly. There. Oh, but yeah, she'll be on tomorrow, 10 PM UK time till midnight, I imagine. Because I have noticed changing the time hasn't really affected the numbers, but we've definitely met more people. So it has been quite fun to tweak that as well. I'm a nightmare for games. I'll go through, Adam. I'll go through like a phase, if very rarely, and it's normally like once every 5 years, a new game will come out that's got a very good open world thing, like Minecraft or GTA Online, and then I'll play it 6 months intently and not do anything else, and then I get bored of it there. But when we go through like a run of the alien radio signal hunt streams for when it's cloudy, like I can only do so many of them in a row. So I have to have something to break it up. So if we have done a run of them, then it is yeah. So it's a bit of gaming to mix it up there as well. Yeah, Latvian winter drift streams. I mean, I like that. That does sound quite cool. There's no way we could possibly compete 777 to that. The hyper. Yeah, once I'm locked in. I just wish I could control it there as well. How are you doing, DJ? Question, do you record 24/7 the signal? So, DJ, we don't yet is the answer to that. It's a good question. It's our plans to do it, and we were very close, but I'm trying to get hold of a very expensive part that I need to do that, and I'm trying to get it cheap on eBay. And I did get it cheap on eBay, but it kept getting sent to the UK and then getting returned at customs, and they couldn't figure it out, so then they had to refund me, and I haven't found another one that's at a reasonable price. So when that part, I can get that, then we can get to the next step. And hopefully what we'll do is have basically a web address that you can just go to at any time, and it will log the spikes, but also you can press a button and manually log things if you just want to have it on the background. Some people like to monitor the stuff. So that's the plan for it, and we're very close, but we need the part that I don't have, sadly, there. So the data, so at the minute it's just kept locally there. It was from Germany, but yeah, sadly, they sent it. They tried sending it twice, and it would just sit in customs for a week each time, and then go return to sender. So very frustrating there. But we're keeping an eye out for it. When I get that bit, then we should. Then I just have to finish the actual software for it. But yeah, we're hoping to do that. Yeah, and then we'll have a better way of logging it, because we do save it all locally, but it's not ideal. There, flux capacitor. Yeah, just drive over and pick it up. Yeah, I mean, I would. It was half price, so yeah, it's worth it. It was worth the saving. But yeah, that was so frustrating. That was very excited to wait for it though. And this is the thing, it shouldn't be. It's not dodgy in the slightest. It's it's literally just like a computer component part that's just rather pricey. So there shouldn't have been any damn issues, but hey ho. I will keep an eye out. Sadly, the January sales didn't kick in for us there. We like the people. If you're ever lost in the wilderness at night, the Big Dipper right there is your best friend. And don't ask me how I know. The Big Dipper was what we started off with doing our Skywatches. That was in shot perfect for us doing our Skywatches. And as I was trying to get the stream ready stuff, so I was really obsessed with looking at it for a while, and I haven't seen it for months because it now goes over the part of the town with the light pollution, sadly. I haven't played Skyrim outside from the go. I haven't played it at all, I don't think. One of those. Probably. Yeah, is it? They hold all Royal Mail customs in a warehouse sometimes. It's super. Yeah, that's basically what happened. It literally kept saying, it kept going to this Royal Mail customs thing, and then waiting there a week with no update, and then we're returning your item to sender. Why? Twice in a row, only for everything else over Christmas delivered perfectly, but just not this. It's very frustrating there. Original Knight Rider. That is cool. Get hold of a flux capacitor there. Never mind. Yeah, I can't say that word, but yeah, coming by. Oh yeah. honestly. Yeah, they're checking the wrong stuff. You know, it's just to trip us everyday folk up, isn't it, really? There isn't a signal. No, there isn't a signal. So tonight we're not doing the radio signal hunt. Tonight we're doing a Skywatch. So this, I know it's not actually that good because of the moon. So this is actually the night sky. These are stars. So we're actually doing a visual Skywatch tonight. Normally, it looks like this. We see loads and loads more stars, but I said the moon's at full, so it's blocking out night vision at the minute. So yeah, so it's the visual Skywatch tonight. Yeah, we're the easy targets. They can make a few quid off us now to put in the work because we're already playing by the ball. Excuse me. Well, we're going to be winding up the stream shortly, another 6 minutes or so. So we're going to aim for on the hour, which is midnight UK time. But we will be back tomorrow there, so do make sure you're following us there. But I wouldn't be surprised, DJ, the amount of technical glitches that we get. I'm sitting here doing it on a black screen half the time. There, we started off the stream and it was just full cloud, but it worked out for us in the end. I just can't wait for the moon to go away. We've done a couple of moon streams now. The novelty's worn off until next month. I just want some clear skies. When are we doing a ghost hunt? Good question. Good question there. PM as well. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Yeah, when are we doing a ghost hunt? I don't know is the question to that one. Hopefully soon. I've been trying to get Pete over the Christmas period to come and do some spooky stuff, but he's being very aloof and evasive. So we'll have to see when that one happens. It's trying to find a decent location locally is the real one. The real issues there. DJ as well, always interesting. Waiting for the day. Excuse me, that yawn caught me off guard there. I'm waiting for the day. Make sure you hail all frequencies. Yeah, I mean, one day it'll happen and we'll be like, Eureka! And we're sitting in a strong lair. PM, do you think consciousness is connected to the whole UFO thing there? So, that's a very, very good question. And it seems to be like it's coming up now, isn't it? And I'm in two minds because I can totally see it. And there's lots of very credible, interesting reports, and it does make a lot of sense when people are explaining it, but it feels very new. And I'm always conscious that if you're going to take it into the world of consciousness, we have badly defined consciousness as humans and the mind and all that sort of stuff. So it would be very easy to misdirect the whole UFO community that way, because there isn't a very good definition. So it kind of keeps us in the realms of magic and I'm not unable to get precise measurements and things like this if we start looking at all of this area there. So on one hand, it does make sense. There's lots of very, very interesting reports coming out for it, and they're painting a very good picture, but it's a dangerous road to go down because it suddenly takes it into a new realm of badly defined, unmeasurable quantities, to the realms of magic. So I think it probably is, but part of me doesn't like it, I don't think. Adam, off to bed. Good night, everyone, and thank you for joining us, Adam. Good to see you in there as well there. Nobody trusts anybody now, rightly so. I mean, trust is relative. It's degrees of, isn't it? We trust different people, different amounts, different institutions, different amounts. And I might trust the same institution, different amount depending on the risk characteristic there. But it does seem that trust is overall very, very low. But you kind of tend to get this, don't you? Like, I think what we're seeing now with being so connected, like we're seeing more of the phenomena, we're seeing the true reality of how inefficient, corrupt and imprecise we are as a society. Like with the early days of the internet, like we saw, didn't we, that actually we weren't the righteous nations and the righteous cultures there, out in the world as a force for good. We saw all of the bad things that happened around the Iraq wars and things like that, and then we had this big internal conflict of, oh no, are we the bad guys now? And that's still playing out. We're still chewing that over as a society. society there. And so I think what happens normally is, like, when trust is broken, it's shattered, and we kind of go all the other way, and it's now about rebuilding that trust, but to a healthy amount there. Like, do you trust the government? Well, I trust them to collect my bins. I trust them to keep the buses running just about, like that. But do I trust them with keeping a secret that all mankind should know? Probably not. And do I trust them to have the correct processes when it's coming to, some of the stuff that's, talking about now, freedom of speech, digital IDs and stuff like that here in the UK? Do I trust that they're going to make an informed right opinion there? Hell no. So it's a variable, but I think we have to do our best to make sure that we are not being, that we're paying its due attention. We're looking into these things and not just trusting people blindly. We also need to do the flip to make sure we're trusting people enough to not make the life any harder than it needs to be. You're going out with Patrick Jackson in 3 weeks. Why does that name ring a bell? And congratulations. Absolutely there. It's very interesting, but like you say, it's an undefined. Exactly. I'm so torn with it there, because it's so fascinating and exciting there, but I feel like with the UFO world, we very, very rarely get any details. Like we get just more wonderful things. We don't actually go, right, well, let's flesh out the details of Roswell. Let's flesh out the details of how these craft operate. Sometimes there's a bit of speculative stuff there, but, we're not, building those firm foundations on what we do have already and what we do know. We're just getting all these exciting new theories in, which ADHD brain, I love that, but I think practically we're not going to get anywhere if we keep going for the new things there. I think you're reading my mind. Another article on Substack is consciousness and disclosure. This is what I wrote together, isn't it? Great minds think like that. And look at it like magic is a science we don't understand yet. Oh, totally. I think you're totally right there. It's this big undefined question mark, and there will be rules to it. There will be a process. There will be something ultimately that we can measure. But I think until we put those frameworks in, we're never going to get those harder understandings. It's like loading our plate up with more stuff, isn't it? They're mixing herbs used to be called magic, and we call it medicine now. 100%, and I think you're right with it there. Because some people don't actually like to get the science involved in these things when it is, especially in the paranormal world. I've definitely had a lot of pushback from people saying, no, it's X, Y, or Z. That for them it destroys it if you do try to understand it. Well, I think, no, just as you say, that if we can understand it, it can prove it, and it can define it, and it can make it stronger there. I think everything can be, but we've got to focus, which is definitely not my strong point. And then you watched Avatar today again. There's more to our Earth for sure. I haven't seen it at all, ever, and I've already been hounded for it there. It's bin day tomorrow. I've got to wait another week. I've got a backlog of recycling. Yeah. Trust builds a better future. Yeah, but it can't be built on lies, can it? It has to be real trust. You can only trust as much as somebody can actually deliver on being, truthful there. From this Sphere Next Network. That's why it rings a bell. Well done. That'll be good fun there. Good night, Amanda. Good to see you in there. And we are going to investigate the Stockbridge hauntings. Now that's going to be cool. Are you going to do it live? Because you have to let me know that so I can see it there. I do. It wasn't a film. We're just taking it as a film. It wasn't one to go, that interested me. But now with this lens, I think you're right. I do need to go revisit it, because didn't they find the correct planets for it, basically, like the moon orbiting a planet in that system that turned out to be real? There, if you don't want to understand and explore the hows and whys, you're just a blindly exactly. It's a willful blindness. It is, and I mean, if that's what they want to do, fine. But I think, from my point, I need to know why, even if it burns me. There, where are we over on the tubes there? I think I've been slacking with you guys there. The Ministry of Clouds will be back tomorrow. I like that one. Peninsulas are good, but often take a walk too, yeah. And degrees of separation, that's another good consideration there. I think they're colossal bellends. I can't remember what that was for, but I'm probably going to agree. And like the MRI scan of the mummies, it reads as data points and numbers, yeah. Logging into to know the face of God. I think, yeah. I think you know, these. I don't think science and religion are mutually exclusive, and I don't think, you know, science and magic and our world are either. And I want to know the answers, even if the answers are exactly. I think a lot of people don't, because they've already got an outcome that they want. You know, they already want something, you know, that top end, and therefore any change of that can, any questioning of it there as well. KG, hello, how are you doing? And thank you for the 1,000,000 gifts. Do appreciate that. All goes back into the stream there. How are you doing? Have you had a good New Year? Oh, and you fed Alan.
It's me, Alan.
No, Alan, not that one.
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Alan. There we go. So thank you there for feeding him. Oh, they're still coming, KG. It's like you've won on the old slot machines there. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Where are we? Right, I need to know the answer, even if it sucks. Exactly there. How are you doing, KG, as well there? Have you had a good Christmas period and New Year? You're looking forward to 2026 there. And yeah, the paranormal was interesting. A lot of it's happened in my family with that stuff. There does seem to be a strong, not on 100%, but there is a strong overlap, isn't there? I think it's curious minds, you know, are interested in both, open to the possibility there. It has to make sense. That's the most important thing. Whether I like it or not, it has to make sense there. And who made the universe? Xeon, you know, it's a good question. And hell, who bloody knows? And if somebody or something, or even some environmental process made the universe, what was that thing in itself? Was it in its own universe? Like, every time there's a container, my brain goes, there needs to be another container. I just can't get my head around it. And thank you again for those gifts there, KJ. I do appreciate that. It is curious minds, but curiosity killed the cat. A brilliant Christmas and New Year to yourself, and to you, and to you. You got anything good planned for this year? You should always be looking and never accept it at face of value, 100%. That's why I think I'd be, you know, if I ever was one of these witnesses to, like, you know, one of these real crash events or brought into a program or something like that, I would last 10 seconds before they had to get rid of me, because I wouldn't be able to not ask those questions to get in trouble, like, just not capable of it, even at pain of life. At work, I've been sitting in one-on-one meetings with like my boss and CEO of the company, and I'm going, I can see he's getting angry, but I've got to say it. I've got to do it. Oh, he's got angry. But I need to say it. And I can, yeah, as I can feel it burning, I still have to do it there, against self-protection. I never plan, I just let things happen. I very like that way to go. I do like that. I used to be much more relaxed, and now I am a neurotic wreck. I think back fondly to when I was more carefree and able to do that, KJ. Hope you're enjoying it there. Aliens, we humans are rejects from aliens, and that's why there's never peace on Earth there. I mean, I'm a big fan of the idea that we could be a little bit of a lab experiment there. There could be some meddling or something like that. I don't buy into that we're an overly aggressive race, and, you know, like we're too warring for aliens. For me, that just sounds like the cultural buzz at the minute. There's a few things that we just kind of get put into our culture at a very basic level. We hear it from the early on, and then we all just repeat without thinking. And I don't think it's true. I mean, if you look at nature, if you look at animals, they're pretty goddamn savage. We're just very clever, and we have tools, so we're more effective at it. And also, I think, you know, war and fighting and conflict happen the more differences in the environment that we have. If we had a more balanced environment, we would have less cause for conflict. I think it's a product of that, rather than us being overly aggressive. And I think, like, you know, aliens would probably be just as aggressive as well, unless they've advanced to that point. You know, they're so they've solved all of their problems through technology that then they just don't have any issues to then fight about. According to the earliest ancient Egyptian theories, Amun, the sky, came upon is it Nurm, the Earth, because he wanted to create life. Amun is a close to the Anunnaki Anun of Mesopotamia, and it was uplift. Honestly, a lot of the stories going around the place, they fit quite well. And again, especially if you take into account human interpretation as well, the little fluffy details there, which might not be specifically true around it, if you take it to the core of it, these stories, a lot of them match up, and it's what we would do. Yeah, I mean, I could be totally wrong there, Zion, could be totally wrong, but that's just my 10 pence on it. Where are you joining us from, Zion, as well? It's good to have you in as well. And defo some exterior interference, there's gonna be. Well, I say there's got to be. Maybe that's too strong a word, but I think it's more plausible. I definitely am not happy with the linear development explanation that we already have there. At 12:39, the ISS passes over at 46 degrees elevation. Thank you, Grandad. There. I think I'm going to miss it because I'm actually meant to be off now. Thank God it's a Friday. There. It's weird, but enough of it adds. I think so. You boil it all down to its consistent parts there. I think a lot of it does add up. The question is, where are they now? Did they just decide to be more hands-off? Did they get bored? Did something happen to them? Are we like the Jurassic Park, just left after the uprising, you know? It's all gone wild, and we're just kind of left to our own devices there. Oh, UK, and I am alien. We have, don't we? What is it? There's a blood type. Is it RH negative? Talk about that. Maybe being, you know, alien in nature there, and maybe we're all alien in a sense. You know, again, we look back to Mars. Could be our original home. Maybe the panspermia and the transfer of life are there. Thank you, DJ, and that probably is a reminder. So, guys, I'm going to come off now, but thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your awesome conversation, your questions, your answers. And you're helping me learn a little bit there about it. Keep us company as we're looking for the weird and wonderful in the night sky. But do make sure you're following us so we can see you all tomorrow night. There'll be 10 p.m. UK time till midnight UK time. So for reference, it's 10 past midnight now, so you can work out your own time zones there. But yeah, make sure you're following us or subscribe to whatever it is there, so you get those notifications when we go live. But it's been awesome to see you in there. Do appreciate all your support, your likes, your shares. They're helping us reach more and more like-minded people there, help us make more friends. Thank you for mods as well there. Thank you for gifters, subbers and Patreons, etc. You guys help us improve the stream there and what we're doing, so we do appreciate you all there helping us upgrade. So where are we there? The stars on the screen. Is it the plough? It might, I don't know. I'm trying to think of where the plough is now. It might well be. Better eyes than I have there, KJ. There. And thank you as well. Thank you, Carl there. A up to there. And breakthrough. Thank you for the star there as well there. And Chris, where are you there? Hello, I haven't seen you for ages. Been looking. Oh, thank you, Chris. I think we've offended TikTok, and they're not showing us to many people at the minute. I'm not being very good with my language, but hello, it's good to see you again. Sadly, we're coming off now, but we will be on 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Then it should be another clear sky there as well. So hopefully we'll see you then. But yeah, we should be on at 10 p.m. tomorrow. So hopefully you're following us. But it'd be good to see you again there as well. But anyway, night, guys. Have a good one, and we'll see you all tomorrow night. Legends. Bye-bye.